You're listening to Tehachapi with Key Budge, Corey Costello, Greg Garrett, and Ashley Whitmore.
It's Tehachapi time. Key Budge, Ashley Whitmore joins me today. Ashley, welcome back.
How are you doing, Key?
I'm doing good. Now, it seems like I always invite you when we have a special show that involves TCTA.
You do, every time.
Yeah, because you have you have a connection or a love for theater.
I do. So it makes sense that you invite me to these. You can leave me out of the others.
So that being said, we teased it. We kind of, we're going to talk with our friends from TCTA. We've got a new show that's coming, and we want to welcome back David Stenstrom.
Hey,
David,
how are you?
It's good to see you.
You too.
Okay.
You too. Seeing on a podcast.
Yes.
Interesting.
It is. Well, there are video elements to a podcast. We haven't introduced them yet, but you can.
It's secret information.
It is. It is. You're on a need to know.
And I don't.
And you don't. So there you go. That speaks. Hopefully that doesn't speak volumes of our relationship. And, Kenny Chug, director of this new upcoming play. Welcome, Kenny.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And you're a first-time guest on the show.
I am.
And also a first-time guest, we've got Katrina Flowers. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
It's nice to have you both along with David. David's a returner, so we've had him in the past with some of the other shows. It's nice to have our directors, our assistant directors, everything behind the scenes, and you guys get to tell the public why they need to come and see the new performance that's going to open Mountain Festival weekend.
August 16th.
Deathtrap.
Deathtrap.
All right. Where do we want to jump in here? I've heard this name, but it's not ringing any bells for me.
It's a very famous play, and they've been doing it for decades. And it's like it's not. Well, it's kind of what would you call it? Is an old nugget.
Yeah, call it a nugget. Classic.
Yeah. Because it's got a lot of turns, jumps and turns, and twists and reveals and things like that. Okay. And that's why I have a flat forehead from going, oh.
Jumps, twists, turns. Are we looking at like another murder mystery type play here?
It's a thriller, comedy thriller.
Okay.
So it's going to be a very interesting play. It's about a playwright who has not had a hit play in 18 years. And one day he gets a play in the mail from one of his students. He thinks it's the perfect play, and he teases his wife, jokes with his wife Myra about killing the young playwright to get it for his own. But does he really have the guts to do that? You need to come see the play to find out.
Interesting. I mean, you start to think, the real life versions of that, where someone here gets an idea or there's something that gets started and then someone says, I'm going to capitalize on what you've started, but I need to take you out of the equation.
Exactly.
So we're going to see a similar kind of plot develop.
Yeah, you'll see some twists, turns. Things are not what they seem.
Okay.
So do we have any familiar faces out there in this play?
Well, we have Ed Kramer. This is his second play, but you don't really have a familiar face. You have a familiar hand. He was Thing in Addams Family, the musical.
Oh, all right.
Good pull.
So you got Thing.
So you can connect a face to the hand.
Exactly.
That's lovely.
This time we get to see his whole body.
He's not just a hand model this time.
Right. So he's playing the character of Sidney Brule. We also have Jessica Namumbrum playing Sidney's wife, Myra Brule. Let me see. Christian Egg. Forgive me if I mess this up. I can never pronounce his last name. Engelbrecht. It's Clifford Anderson. It's the young playwright that sends him the play. Leslie Reynolds. She's playing a Dutch psychic called Helga Tendorp. And she's doing a fantastic job. And a couple of newcomers to the play, first-timers, Ben Baldassare and Ryan Bass. So they're all great actors. They're doing a fantastic job. They're bringing life to the characters. I think it's going to be a great play. What about you, Katrina?
Oh, it's going to be awesome. We have such a terrific cast. And Ryan Bass is the understudy that plays Clifford when Christian is not there. And they are very similar, but different also. So if you can, you definitely want to see it twice. You want to see when Christian is there, and you want to see when Ryan is there.
So is the understudy going to perform during the matinees, or are there set dates that you've got?
There are set dates. He comes in at the end.
Okay. All right. So, David, how did this all come together? Why did we pick Deathtrap?
We had a large quarter, and we flipped it, and it came down
Tails?
heads.
Oh, it's heads. Okay.
Heads,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. So it was. It's been done before, and I think it really it resonated with the people, the audiences, and so it's been a long time since it's been done, but Christian Engelbrecht he was in Baskerville, and he was also in Murder on the Orient Express, and Katrina was in Murder on the Orient Express, and Jessica was in Murder on the Orient Express, and she was also in Clue, wasn't she?
She
in
was,
Clue.
and she's
Yes,
also
she
in
was.
Coney Island Christmas.
And Coney Island Christmas. So I think it's important. There's the following up of stuff. So for identification purposes, but it's these guys have taken it in watching this happen. These guys have, when you create a play, you create out of nothing. It's an empty stage. Got dust bunnies in the corner, and you got actors who just come and they read it. And then these guys, they chose this cast, and they're all growing together. And it's been a lot of work, but a lot of fun for them.
Well, I'm curious if it's the board of directors, you get together and you start to pick these different plays and musicals and things you're going to do out for the upcoming year. Then how do you decide who's going to produce that? Who's going to be, did you step up and say, hey, I'd really like to have this one. I'd like to do Deathtrap.
Well, they asked Kenny to do the directing, and it's going around. It just kind of goes around. I haven't produced here,
Okay.
and so they asked me to do that. And then Katrina she's new, and so we want to bring her along for the future and stuff like that. So the affinity that people have for each other, and the theater at large, it just kind of goes around, kind of round robin kind of things, and that's how it kind of evolved.
It's kind of neat to see, like you coming in, Katrina. You guys will have somebody doing stuff backstage, and then they move into acting, then directing, producing, all these different things. So if somebody from the community wants to get into it, they can kind of get their feet wet and see what they want to do, and it may grow to something where they're directing a play one day here.
Exactly. You have to keep an eye on the tctaonstage.com for audition days.
Yes, and volunteer opportunities.
Exactly.
Right.
Katrina had not done a play until Murder on the Orient Express, and she was Mrs. Hubbard, and that was a huge role, and she just, owned it. And
Had
that
you
was
acted before that?
I have not.
Okay.
only in front of her child.
I'm her entertainer. Yes.
What was that like for you, that first time on stage?
It was nerve-wracking, but it also felt pretty natural. And David Stenstrom was a great director. He allowed us to explore different things and do what worked for us and for our characters. And I had an awesome time doing that. And now I'm hooked.
Now, had you been a part of any other productions behind the scenes, or was your first time working with TCTA on stage?
I was stage mom for Coney Island Christmas. My daughter Zoe was in that.
Okay.
And we got to help backstage, get the kids in their costumes, change the set around a little bit. But this is my first time acting.
So speaking of the sets, you guys have, an amazing crew that typically goes out and builds these just awesome sets. What do we have to look forward to on Deathtrap?
You're going to be seeing a handsomely converted stable.
Okay.
I don't want to give away too much of the set because this time it's been mostly David here and I working on the set. We've had other people come in occasionally give us a hand, but
It was a brilliantly executed
my
set.
goodness.
It's brilliant.
Yes, it is.
You won't find a better set than that on that stage at this time.
Well, thank you, David.
You're very welcome. Because Kenny is, it's all his idea. It's all It's all his baby, and that's the director. My gosh, he's got to think about everything, you know. And did somebody turn the lights out? Did I turn the lights out? Did I lock the door? I mean, it goes down to all that stuff. You got to take the trash out, Kenny. Oh, okay, I got to do that. And it's all the things that between these two people, you know, they have, you know, and acting. Working with actors is like herding cats, you know, and Katrina got a lot of that from Coney Island Christmas when they were pushing string, herding the children, you know, right. And now she has taller children that that they're running around, and these guys are wonderful and they get along well. It's just nice to come in and see the whole thing. No, just Kenny. Kenny's the guy. Kenny's the guy.
I was going to say, Kenny, how long have you been working with TCTA, the theater, and overall?
Okay, with TCTA, I've been with them for about 18 years.
Okay.
Moved to Tehachapi 21 years ago. Discovered TCTA when they were over at Tapa, and got involved with them then. But as far as how long I've been involved with theater, 1968.
Okay.
68. From junior high school, I was first in theater. So I've got quite a bit of experience in what I do, mostly backstage and tech work. But then when I got with a group, actually when I started a group at Miramar Naval Air Station, that was my first acting on stage. I had a lot of fun.
I know I've seen your name in the playbills.
Oh, yes.
So over the years, especially as we've been working together the last 4 or 5 years promoting all the TCTA products, I always see Kenny Chug in different areas of the lineup.
I do a lot. You know, I get busy.
What do you enjoy doing most?
Probably like tech work the most, but I really do enjoy acting. So whenever there's an audition coming up that I want to try out for, I'll try out for it.
And if you see, hey, this doesn't kind of speak to me on the acting side, do you automatically go, I want to be involved on the tech side?
Oh, definitely.
So regardless of what's coming, you're going to be a part of it.
Yeah, even if I audition and not get cast, then I will still help out with the play.
How long is this production going to run?
Kenny?
Okay, it's going to open on August the 16th and run for 3 weekends. August 16th, as you all know, is the opening day of Mountain Festival also. So we're going to have the first Friday and Saturday. I believe Sunday, guys, all to Mountain Festival. But
I know Saturday we kind of threw a wrench into into the works by having the concert, the Green Street Get Down on Green Street Saturday, the 17th. So are you guys adjusting to a matinee that day or what?
They're going to speak louder.
Louder,
Yes.
Okay.
Much louder.
We told them be extra loud and we can keep the dates the same.
Okay, there you go.
Or we'll go over to the band, cut their cords.
Well,
Just kidding.
I'm recording. I've got that on tape.
No, it's on tape. Anything happens. No, if you can't hear yourself or anybody else, then you have to be louder.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be, it's a great festive weekend. What a great weekend it is. And yeah, the concert was kind of a surprise, but it wasn't really a surprise because it was written down someplace. We didn't read the right page.
Yeah. Well, just so you guys know, going forward, the Saturday of Mountain Festival weekend, we're going to do this Green Street Get Down is going to reoccur every year. So last year, Tropical Storm Hillary had other things in mind.
Yes.
And canceled the outdoor events, which included the Green Street Get Down. But so we'll have a little impact on you guys that weekend, parking and things like that. So if you've got tickets for the 17th, understand that there'll be some parking. Green Street will be closed for this other event. You guys will be open. I'm excited because that means the marquee is going to be on. Everything's going to be lit. We're going to see all the beautiful color that's in front of the BeeKay Theater.
So get there early. If you have tickets, get there early.
Yeah. So are we looking at a 7 o'clock start time or 7:30?
7:30.
7:30 start time. Doors open at 7. We might have the box office open early for people to come by and buy tickets.
Yeah, we're the concert's going to start at 5:30.
Okay.
So you'll have people in downtown.
Okay.
Starting at 5:30. So yeah, I suggest that take advantage of it.
Yeah, come by early, enjoy the concert first, and then come see a great show.
Yeah, perfect time. If you like Joe Peters, who's the opening performer, He starts at 5:30. Nice country artist out of Bakersfield, country recording artist. He'll be the 5:30 show. It leads right up to yours. So, and then at the end, you might be able to, when your show's over, catch the end of the finishing act out there. So
That'd be great.
What a great combo.
Well, since COVID and all that kind of stuff shut everything down, it's been we're all grateful with people deciding to come out and start participating in the community again, because Tehachapi's got such a great community here, and it's built for people who like to be outside and do things, and it's just great that the BeeKay can be part of the Mountain Festival, but it stands on its own. It stands on its own, and our audience size has really exploded since that time, and we'd like to continue that. So I hope everybody can come out, and we will. Kenny will twist your brain a little bit, and Katrina will bend your ear. If I can do any more anatomy, I don't think so. Anyway, but yeah, they're very good. I hope everybody can come.
Now, how has it been for you as the new AD, the assistant director, getting to work with a seasoned professional like Kenny?
When he asked me, I was so honored and blown away that I would even be considered. I did have one line in Murder on the Orient Express about, I've always wanted to be a director. And I think that kind of got in their head a little bit. And, it's been so fun. The whole cast and the experience has been more than I thought it would be.
I've enjoyed having Katrina as my assistant director. I mean, her organizational skills are outstanding. It's just like she's the liaison between me and the rest of the cast and the crew. She's on top of everything that needs to get done, and she's just been phenomenal as the AD. And if I ever direct another play, I'm going to have her my AD again. So
very good. Now, it's got to be tough working with David. It's so hard to get energy or anything out of him. Has that been a challenge that you found?
Everyone is such a character. So it's been a really enjoyable time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times for a lot of the actors, people just stand back. Just stand back and just kind of like, is he still here? Are they still here?
We stand back and enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show. Thank you so much. Well put.
Well, you were a one-man show when you came in, and you and I did, I think it was Baskerville that we were talking about. That was a hoot. I mean, we just had he and I were bouncing back and forth. Well, David was bouncing back and forth, and I was trying to figure out which wall was he going to next.
There's just still a couple of marks on the wall here. You should paint this room after all of that. Yeah, I was off the wall. Yeah, we were. Yeah, I get a little bit, I don't know, animated.
Well, you enjoy it. You have passion.
I do.
You have passion for the theater.
I do.
And it comes across.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And they do too. These guys, I mean, my gosh, how many you've rehearsed 4 or 5 nights a week and people, what they bring to the rehearsals, is they want the show to work, run it, but they practice at home. They rehearse with each other, so they see how the things have worked. What Kenny has suggested at the end of the night, they go home and they work on that, and they bring it into the next night and see how it dovetails with the other performances. And that's really, really great. That's a viable community theater. And anybody, look at me. They let me in, They didn't give me.
They can't keep you out.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, I have a key now, so yeah, I'm keeping the key, But, it's just so much fun because you actually, Kenny, if you're not involved, you don't get a key, number one. But you're in this wonderful thing. Katrina, you come into the theater. It's a wonderful place to be.
Yeah.
And everybody who's there wants to be there. It's just not like, I hate this. Well, if you hate it, then go someplace else because you won't stay. And these people all want to be there. And that's that's so much fun. It's just so much fun.
Well, Kenny, what's the chemistry like between your core of actors for this?
The chemistry is great between them. We've got a relationship between Myra and Sydney, up-down relationship. like-hate relationship. So you got to, come to see exactly what's going on. The relationship with Sydney and Clifford, wow, that's dynamic. Whether we have Christian on stage as Clifford or Ryan on stage as Clifford, they're both fantastic. They work well, bounce off of Ed and Jessica and Leslie just perfectly. I mean, I think the chemistry is there between all these actors. What do you think?
I do. I think it's very nice having such a small cast. There's only 6. Usually we've had rehearsals where there's only 2 or 3, and it gives us all an opportunity to get to know each other. In some ways, it makes scheduling more difficult because if one person is missing, it shows, right? But if you have a large cast, think of how hard it is to get, 25 people in the same room together 5 nights a week. That's hard. So in that respect, it's been easy. And they all get along. And it's nice to see them all getting to know each other and watching their characters grow.
How many weeks of rehearsal leads up to opening night?
Pretty much depends on the show, but we've been rehearsing 6 weeks, 8 weeks now.
And you still got a couple of weeks to go. So
2 more weeks to go. So right now we're in the phase of tightening up the blocking, getting the action just right. We've started designing the lights, so we have all our lighting effects ready to go. We've got some special lights that are going to be seen in the show.
And the set is really incredible. If I can just say one thing, that set is just awesome.
And who was the one that designed that? Or
Oh, well, Kenny designed this, but I don't know. It was the shoemaker and the elves. It just miraculously, and it's quite special.
We might have to go take a peek after this.
you have a key.
Yeah.
I have a key.
Oh, somebody else has a key.
Yes.
Well, come
She
on
has
down.
the extra key.
Do you think we need to change the lock?
Oh, I don't know. It might be too late. It might be too late. Oh, my.
Oh, well.
We're gonna have to do that.
Well, if she had, maybe she'll stay.
Maybe she'll stay and become a backstage hand?
Yes, or front stage hand.
Front stage hand,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Well, we got
With that smile, I mean, you can't put a light over. You got to put a light on that one.
Oh, we definitely need her in front of house.
There we go.
Yes.
And
Yes,
Key,
we do.
Key, I don't know if you have anything going tonight, but come on over, man. I mean, there are lines in a row with punctuation and everything. You'll have a great time.
I can sell goobers and good and plenty's just as good as anyone else.
I've been
That's
called
great.
it. Yeah.
We're always looking for ushers. It's a very short training that ushers need to go through. You can sell concessions.
Here's your best.
Stargrams.
Yeah.
That's my
It's
law
really
enforcement
easy.
background. Being an usher, just directing traffic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go this
Bring it
way,
on,
this
bring it
way.
on,
Your
bring
ticket,
it on.
please. Ticket,
There you
please.
go.
You're up there, 3 rows to the right.
You've got it.
There you go.
Oh,
I
there.
think you just auditioned for
I did.
your position there.
I think so.
I
You
think so.
just may
We
have
need you
found
there.
something. Something to fall back on.
I've got that in my back pocket. I love it. Okay, so we've got so there's always opportunities within the community to come in and work, as we said, volunteer, as we're kind of teasing right now, but there's always that constant, you can use another set of hands.
Oh, it always.
sounds like you could use maybe another set of hands while you're building your sets.
Well, we're just about done.
Okay.
We're doing the final touches on it. And while we're doing this play at J Street, which is our storage facility, they're rehearsing Oliver, which is going to be the Christmas play. And it's the musical. So we're herding cats again.
Oh, yeah.
It's full of children. There's a ton of kids in it. And that, I mean, it's such a classic piece.
So are they already rehearsing for
Oh, yeah.
They
December?
are.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
Well, there's 20 kids doing,
Yeah.
food, glorious food, or, consider yourself, or all those, great songs. And they're all local. There's nobody outside of the area that's coming in and doing this. And so all the technical, all the lighting, all the sound, all the wardrobe, all that stuff, it's all local. Everything is just the folks here in town. And that's what's so cool, because it's kind of like, you were talking about the podcast. Well, we'll shoot it on the street, and then people will try to figure out where they shot that, right? Well, you'll see these people on stage, and then you'll see them at the store. You'll see something,
Right.
and then hopefully you liked them, so you won't run the other way.
Right. So where do I know you from?
Why do I know you?
Hold on a second. Were you the suspected murderer?
I've got the
Deathtrap.
Oh,
Okay, that's where I know.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah, there. It's true. It's true.
But you know, if as Katrina and Kenny were saying, they've already been rehearsing for 8 weeks. They got a couple more weeks till showtime. You think about, here we are, beginning of August, talking about Oliver. I mean, it's the same time frame. You guys putting in 3-4 months of rehearsal to make sure it's fine-tuned for a 3-week run.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how much prep. You have a short window to present to the community. But the preparation, dedication is, wow, it's astounding how many hours get put in to each production.
Well, yeah, and then I mean, a Murder on the Orient Express. We had 2 train cars in 18 feet. You know, I mean, we had all of this stuff, and this set. You know, how do you encapsulate? How you put all that stuff on stage? And you've got to keep it interesting. It's got to flow. It's got to move. It's got to, do all that stuff. And so that, I mean, smoke comes out of his ears often, and you smell something burning. It's not a big deal. But it's all of that turning around. And then the audience comes and sees a wonderful show, but not really knowing the depth of it, how far it has to go. And these guys have just done such a great job. I hope people come on out, people.
Well, let's talk about, you guys have been putting butts in seats.
Yes.
Your shows have been selling out show after show, it seems like, with each of these productions over the last at least year and a half, 2 years since COVID, and you guys have kind of come back out and the community's coming to support. And I constantly hear about sellouts. That's pretty exciting.
It's good. It's really good, yeah.
And for people to buy tickets, we go to tctonstage.com.
TCTA on stage.
So we've added the A to that. So it's tcta.com, onstage.com. Okay. So,
and there's are there discount tickets?
Yes, there are discount tickets. Seniors have a discount ticket. Seniors and children, military, and members. Members get $5 off every generally priced ticket they purchase. So if you want to become a member, that's a great way to save money. So tctaonstage.com, click on the membership link, and become a member.
and how much does it cost to become a member?
The membership starts at $35 a year.
So for $35 a year, I can save $5 every time I want to buy a ticket.
Every time you buy a ticket. Mm-hmm. If you go online, you buy 3 regularly priced tickets, you get $5 off each one of those tickets.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
All right. I'm in.
You can pay for it in no time.
I'm in. You sold a membership.
Well, you're going to be
right.
You're the member.
So I don't need it because I'm going to be working.
Because you're going to be working.
I'm going to be working. I don't need the membership. All right.
That's right.
Well, I'm canceling my membership.
Back up here. You want a goober?
That's right. That's right. We've got Snickers, Good and Plenty, Goobers, all right here.
Yeah. So, but if you're selling out, I know you said you can go to the box office and get the tickets and everything, but probably suggest that you get it early.
You definitely want to get it early just in case.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys still hold back a handful of tickets just for the
For walk-ups, yeah.
Yeah, for the walk-ups. So there's always that opportunity to get in, even though it says sold out. Just say, hey, I want a walk-up ticket.
Yeah.
Well,
David Stenstrom said you've got at least 5
I
back
didn't
there
say that. I didn't
behind
say
the
that.
glass.
I did not say that.
I think you did.
I did?
I said it for you.
Sure.
Oh, did I have a good time?
You
Was it
did.
fun? Okay, good. That's all I ask.
Exciting stuff. So we've got Oliver coming up in December. We've got, so Deathtrap is going to run August into September, or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
September 1st will be our closing day.
Okay. Do we have anything set in between?
Not yet. There may be something sneak
Okay.
in there.
Yeah.
I know we've done, was it like T-Town Tonight that Chris has held, or is that?
They got, well, the baseball thing, there was a baseball
Oh,
thing.
that's right.
They're talking about bringing that back. And that is just, I mean, all the kids in town, if they're on a team, should wear their uniforms and come see this thing. It's a marvelous one-man show. It's just incredible. Just way, way, way incredible. And might be some other things, you know.
Okay.
And then, but then Oliver opens the week before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then skips Thanksgiving weekend, and then it comes in after that and closes up.
Okay.
And yeah.
Now, have you looked at your lineup for 25 yet, or is that still?
They're still kicking stuff around. It's just until we have the rights to things, we don't
Right.
really talk about it.
Yeah. But you guys are in a much stronger position based on all the ticket sales that you guys are able to acquire rights sooner.
Oh, yes.
And put things on the calendar, where in past years, several years back, it was kind of almost production to production.
Oh yeah, yeah. What do you got now? Yeah, that's exactly it. And the city, Tehachapi is we're doing an audition. They're gonna work on the theater and give us some more backstage stuff, and that's like incredible. Our like I said, stage is 18 feet wide and 18 feet deep, and now we're gonna have about 30 more feet in there, and the men won't have to get dressed in the paint booth, and and our green room is only green because there's a green light bulb in it. It's just there is no room backstage. So, and we to try to get all these kids for all these musicals, and you really got to sit on them backstage because they have all that energy. So this will be Tehachapi coming in and doing that. The city, oh my gosh, it's going to change everything.
But we're able to do that based on community participation, the amount of volunteers, the amount of people that come out to sit in those seats and watch the productions, and it just kind of shines the work that you do, the community enjoys, and we're able to say, hey, we need to support wherever we can.
Yeah, community benefit's a huge thing.
Yeah.
It just changes everything. To have something downtown at night, to have something, make it a because Tehachapi should be a destination. It's such a pretty place. It should be a destination, and those hotels, all the hotels on the boulevard there, they should all have people in them on the weekends, not just workers during the week, but, and that's the mountain festival is, the apple thing, all those kind of things all start bringing people in and to make it a destination, because it's the nicest place between here and a whole bunch of places. You know?
You're absolutely right.
And they can just come visit. They don't have to stay, but they can come visit.
I think people are exiting the freeway.
Yes.
Now and starting to stay a little longer or spend more time and dedicate it with the wineries and the breweries, the culture, the arts that we have.
Arts on the stores,
everything that's just available. We're seeing a lot more people from the outside enjoy what we have. But those of us that live here, we have a gem in the BeeKay, and the fact that you are the ambassadors for that product that we own here at the city, but TCTA just really steps up and just shines the light. So we appreciate it.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything about the production that's coming up that we haven't talked about that you'd like to tease? All right. Katrina, you're on the spot. I saw Kenny go, I'm going to divert to my AD. And Katrina, you're on. Cue the lights.
It's a comedic thriller. It was actually the longest running comedy thriller on Broadway.
Oh.
And it was nominated for 4 Tony Awards and a few other awards also. So it's not like some little play that no one has ever heard of.
Right.
Ira Levin also wrote Rosemary's Baby, which is one of his more famous things that people may have heard.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And we do have something else exciting coming up on August 10th.
Okay.
Cheers to Charity. TCTA is a proud recipient of their organization. Cheers to Charity has been around for over a decade now, and they have raised almost $400,000 for community. And so if you're buying tickets to Cheers for Charity, if you could mention TCTA, I'm here for the BeeKay, that helps us. It helps a lot of organizations. There's always tents, and there's fun wine, games, music, just another fun thing that Tehachapi has.
And we know a little something about Cheers for Charity, Ashley.
We do. So it takes place at Aviator Park, which is at our municipal airport. You can get your tickets, I believe, online for that, as long as they're not sold out yet. And everything. So it's a great event, great chance to go and experience the airport, which is another great community asset. And you'll be at Aviator Park, which is beautiful, tons of trees.
And it's also, and it supports the community, another opportunity to
It
do
does,
that.
absolutely. Every year they choose different organizations to give that money to, and I don't believe they keep a dime. It goes all back to the community.
So if you mention TCTA, we get some of it.
Gotta love that. That's a good thing. Mary Beth and her team, they work
so
really
nice.
hard year
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's always, wherever I go, it's always, I'm going to, Mary, I tease her a little bit, but she always plugs the Cheers for Charity because she's so proud of how they benefit the community. And the past history, like I said, they're closing in on $500,000 raised over 10 years. That's phenomenal. But that's all based on Tehachapi is a giving community. It turns out for special things that help support special things in our community.
Yeah, and it's all volunteer. Once again, it's all volunteer. So a bunch of us are going to be there setting stuff up and taking stuff down and running things too.
Is any of the actors going to be there in costume? I love that, like little street theater teases and things. I'm just, because I'd love to pull you guys out if you could at a farmer's market. Someone could come out and
I mean, Ed might be
Tease
able
a
to
show.
put a glove on, just to, they might recognize him.
Yeah.
We have been out at farmers market talking about Deathtrap, passing out flyers,
Good.
talking a lot about Oliver as well.
excellent. Well, thank you for doing that. We appreciate it.
We do too.
So, Kenny, anything in closing that you want to mention about this production?
Well, it's the actors and support staff. They've been doing a lot of work on this production. It's going to be a fantastic show, and go online, get your tickets early because we've already sold about 100 tickets for the show online. So they are going. So we got to get your tickets early so you can come see Deathtrap.
Do we know what the capacity is for BeeKay for production?
It's 116.
Okay.
So we fill it. That'll be a full house, 116 seats.
Okay. As an usher, I need to know that.
Yes, you do.
Yes, but it's unassigned seating. It's just like
unassigned.
Southwest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first come, first serve.
First serve, baby.
All right, I like this
Yeah,
one. No, I'm
you-
going to move over here.
I'm
You know what?
moving,
The view isn't quite as good
I'm
on
sorry,
this side.
I'm sitting
moving
there.
over. Okay,
Yeah.
Well, David, anything in closing?
No, they need to put me back in my room. It's Jello night.
You have control of the mic, Key.
I do. I enjoy David so much.
It's lime Jello.
We're
with
not
the
going to turn his
pineapple
mic
in it.
down.
It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, we look forward to
because
it.
it's Wednesday, right?
It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you know? Have you been?
I maybe so.
So good.
Maybe
Something
so.
to look forward to.
Ashley, anything in closing?
No.
No,
Enjoy
how
being
could you
here.
top that? Why would you try?
That's right.
That's what. Yeah.
Pineapple flavored pudding tonight.
Yeah.
Jello.
Oh, num.
All right. Well, there you go. Hopefully we've enticed you to go try Deathtrap, or maybe we've repelled you away with some of the pineapple pudding. Because that's not being served.
But it's just Wednesday.
It is just Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't run Wednesdays.
So we're looking at Friday, Saturday, Sunday runs for 3 weekends, beginning Friday the 16th of August, ending the first weekend in September. And it's Deathtrap. We've got Katrina Flowers, Kenny Chug, David Stenstrom from TCTA. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, folks, if you'd like to buy a ticket, tctaonstage.com. Get those tickets right away. And if you forget, you can try and get one of those few tickets they've got at the window at the box office. But these shows have been selling out, so don't bank on that. If you've got a thought, a question, or a suggestion for us, send it to media@TehachapiCityHall.com. And we appreciate the time you spend with us, and we'll catch you again soon right here on Tehachapod.
Tehachapod is a conversation about Tehachapi, featuring the community members who make this such a special place to call home. If you have a question or a thought you'd like to share, email media@TehachapiCityHall.com. Thank you to Gary Mazzola for sharing his song, This is Tehachapi.